friends.
A friendship goes bad.
She kept threatening me and my child like in a harmful way. Like, I'm gonna burn your house down.
I'm gonna kill that baby.
I have a video of us fighting.
Let's see it.
Beat that. Beat up. Real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Jamisha Harley was friends with the defendant, but she says the defendant is in a gang and is constantly fighting. Jamisha claims after the defendant and her boyfriend damaged her apartment, the defendant threatened to harm her and her baby, so she's suing. Defendant Fatima Begum says she was never in a gang and she never lived with Jamisha, and she insists she and Jamisha were threatening each other. Fatima claims she has video of herself and Jamisha in a physical fight, and she's countersuing for a damaged mattress and emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I met her when I was working at Burger King, and we became friends and everything. And then when we became friends, I noticed stuff about her, and I tried to distance myself. Like, she into gang violence, drugs, and she just always be with drama, fighting.
She didn't have to work. Gang, steal and rob and sell dope.
Not like she's part of the gang, but she always worked at a Burger King and stuff like that.
She wasn't part of the gang.
She was.
Well, she didn't need to work. All right, that's just a little conflict in your testimony. Okay. Unless she didn't do well in the gang. You didn't get paid out the gang?
Negative.
All right then. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, and I know that she always like she
Maybe she was fronting. You thought she was in the gang. She might have been a wannabe gangster.
She told me she was.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She might have been a woman. You ever see her in action?
Well, she had guns and she'd throw up her husband.
Oh, okay. You saw her with a gun?
She showed me a picture.
Okay. Go ahead. So you start distancing yourself?
Yes, sir. But we still like had communication with each other, but we didn't spend that much time with each other. And then October came, I got me an apartment, and then she had her boyfriend here, and they had no way to go, and she asked, can they move in? And I was like, sure. Then probably not even a week.
When was this? What month and year?
October 2015.
Okay.
And probably like a week later, I had a whole bunch of commotion. They was fighting and everything. And she was throwing hot water on him. She threw the hammer at him also. And it was outside. She pretty much was running behind him.
Wasn't grits?
No.
Go ahead.
Yes. And then after that,
they kept fighting after the hot water, didn't they? That didn't work.
He was running like he was he tried to get away from her, and she kept following him. And then they both got arrested. Well, she got arrested and she spent the weekend in jail.
Let me hear from her, and then we'll get back to the damages. Ma'am, give me some background on your friendship, and are you a gangbanger, or were you a gangbanger?
Negative, never been a gangbanger, but Your Honor, what she said, that's negative also. I'm gonna give you a little check of our background. Me and her, we was real close. Like, we spent time with each other every day. She did not distance herself from me. She was always at my house every day. I was always at her house every day. So my boyfriend, he came down from Atlanta, Georgia. We went, picked him up from the bus site. So she asked us, do we want to come over to her house? I said, sure, let's go over there.
That's not
So then we went over there, and we was, cooling, chilling or whatever.
You didn't move in?
No, I did not move in with her.
Where did he stay?
He stays in Atlanta, Georgia.
No, when he came on the bus, where did he stay? Overnight?
He stayed with me. Because
we had your own apartment.
Yeah, we had our own apartment.
Did
he was supposed to be coming down here.
It was an apartment that was in my name, and then they got kicked out because she couldn't afford the rent.
Before he came to town?
Yeah, she had it for like 2 days before he came, and then after that, it was like you pay. It's like a motel, pretty much.
She had it 2 days before he came to town.
Yes, and then after a week, you had to pay $150 every week, and she didn't pay it.
All right.
So they kick her out.
Okay. You were never removed from the apartment or evicted?
I left the apartment myself.
Where'd you go then?
I went back to my grandmother's house.
Okay.
And he
went there with
He
you?
went back to Atlanta. He went back to Atlanta.
Got it. After how long?
After a good little month or so.
Did he ever stay with your grandmother?
No, never stayed with my grandmother.
So you all stayed in that apartment for a month?
Yes.
All right. Tell me about the fight.
Okay, the fight. She's saying that me and him got into a fight. We never got into a fight. Them two got into an altercation in her apartment. They had an altercation or whatever, and he was mad, whatever she said to him, because I walked out the door. I was outside. So when I came back in, Why'd you go out? I had already went out before they even got into it. Was already out the door.
All right, you went out there to make sure that any gangbangers tried a drive-by. You were out there to make sure. Any drive-bys come, you ready. All right, you didn't want the house shot up. Good enough.
I was outside.
So inside, they started fighting, you say?
Yes.
Did she have the hot water?
No.
Grits?
No, none of that was even involved.
I have neighbors.
You had what?
Neighbors, because one of my neighbors had to take the boy and drive him off somewhere.
Are we talking about the same incident?
It was like in the same day, because at first it was like, oh.
No. You say the two of them were fighting.
Yeah. If I was fighting him, why she got arrested?
I'm just asking you, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is both of them was fighting, both of them got arrested.
That's what I'm asking you. Were she and her boyfriend fighting?
Oh, yes.
Okay, and when did they damage your property? When they were fighting?
Yeah, so like in my baby room was a big hole that he pushed her body into, and then that's when I broke them up, and she went into the closet, and he pushed her head into the wall.
Okay, and
he left
do you know what happened to her walls?
All I know, he told me and my witness, we was all talking. After all that had happened, we was all talking. He was like, I put holes in her wall.
Okay, good enough. Now, anyone have any evidence about that, or did you discuss it with her later?
I tried to talk to her, woman to woman.
Did your boyfriend agree to pay her?
No, he didn't agree. Because those holes was in her wall.
Did you agree to pay on his behalf, since that was your boyfriend?
No. That was the last year of August.
I'm not, because I got proof that she said I would pay it to the rent office.
Oh, let's see. She said she has something that shows you agreed to pay.
Thank you.
Don't go away. There's more Judge Mathis after this.
There was pictures that I found on an iPod of a 20-year-old man licking chocolate off of my 14-year-old girl's stomach.
The plaintiff?
Yes.
He approved it.
And then I called the cops and he got arrested, which I have.
You say he approved it?
Yeah, my father knew about it.
Okay.
He didn't do anything.
And still to come.
B, I'm loaded. So you are standing here with a gun. What city you all from?
Savannah.
Savannah ain't even a tough town. You all trying to play tough. Yeah, you're gonna get caught in the wrong place pulling that gun out. I grew up in Detroit, and I'm proud of where I come from. It's a tough city, but there's a lot of love here. And I carry that tough love with me as a judge. And I still keep it real, hearing real cases with real people from my courtroom in Chicago. I'm Judge Mathis.
I heard a whole bunch of commotion. They was fighting and everything. And she was throwing hot water on him. She threw the hammer at him also. And it was outside. She pretty much was running behind him.
Wasn't grits?
No.
Plaintiff Jamisha Harley is suing her former friend, who claims she has video of her and Fatima physically fighting.
Those hoes cost $100 a piece. This is you. And where do I pay at? Cause you not finna give you the money and you don't get it fixed. You tell her to the rental office. It's $200 altogether. Where the rent office at? B, what you mad about? This is her again, allegedly. And she called and told me. This is getting some kiddie stuff. But the main thing is that I see, ma'am, you agreeing to pay, asking what a rental office is. Unlike what you said. So now I don't believe anything you've said thus far. I believe everything she said. Now, what about the emotional distress you're suing
She's
for?
right here threatening me and my child that she's causing harm.
When?
It's right here all in the text after everything happened.
When? What
like
month?
In December.
Same month? Okay.
Yes.
December?
Yes, sir.
All right, December.
That's when
tell me how she left. You put them out, they moved?
Yes, sir. I told them, you can't be here. And then after she came from jail, her grandfather came and got her stuff.
After she what?
Came from the jail.
And so you told her you have to leave, the two of them?
Yes, and her grandfather came with her and get her stuff out the house. And his stuff, I threw it in the trash.
Why?
Because nobody knew where he was at. Because she said he ain't been in jail.
You felt he had abandoned it?
pretty much. And
Did he ever
came
come back and ask for it?
No, sir.
Okay, well, he did abandon it. All right, and what is the emotional distress? What occurred after that?
She kept threatening me and my child, like, in a harmful way. Like, I'm going to burn your house down. She just causing harm. And this message is right here.
Oh, let's see it. All right, that's your emotional distress, threatening to burn your house down. Ma'am, did you do this?
Yes, I did. I threatened her. I did, because we threatened each other.
Who made the first threat?
She
you
did.
threatened her as well?
Yes, but
you have evidence of the threats?
I have all my evidence of what she said.
This is her. Get it, H. You got the ball. B, I'm loaded. So you are standing here with a gun. What city you all from?
Savannah.
Savannah ain't even a tough town. You all trying to play tough. You're going to get caught in the wrong place pulling that gun out. What happened? The day we were all at your house, you told Janet I was mad at you. Remember this, it's going to be at your door. I'm headed there now. B, I'm going to kill that baby. How old is your baby?
She's 2 years old. She was 1 at the time.
You now, B, might be mine. You need to be spending your time in school. And this is your evidence of her threats. Be careful who you vent to. A listening ear can also be a running mouth. Don't really like each other. They talk about each other, yet they are besties. Yeah, see there? You don't need to be involved with this mess. You sound like you have studied in school. And here you're involved with somebody who can't spell. Or use proper grammar. You know, sometimes I mess a little grammar up, but this is an abomination. B, don't ever play with. Blow up 12 main house. I kill your grandma. All right, you threatening to kill her grandmother. She threatening to kill your baby. What do we have here we want to see?
I have a video of us fighting, but if my boyfriend would not took the part out where I was running for her, trying to avoid the fight. But
that's a story, because I was
a fight.
So we see you fighting.
Yes.
All right, not your boyfriend, but you.
Yes.
Let's see it. I don't know who started that. You're going to say she did. She's going to say you did.
More of Judge Mathis when we return.
I have multiple police reports that she's filed. I have over 19 reports. Carmen Santiago,
saying
her mother,
what?
Saying about abuse, about no food, about everything, but they're all unfounded. I've been investigated for the last 7 years that I have custody of my kids.
And none of them have found anything?
None of them.
And later.
No wonder she's jealous of you. You be out here with a canary yellow, two-seater Mercedes.
Yes, sir.
Got your gold in your mouth.
Are you furious with a friend or family member who owes you money or has wronged you? If you're currently suing or thinking about filing a lawsuit, call 1-888-VERDICT or visit us online at judgemathistv.com.
I don't know who started that. You're going to say she did. She's going to say you did.
Plaintiff Jamisha Harley is suing her former friend, who claims she has video of her and Fatima physically fighting.
How does she owe you for a mattress and emotional distress? I know the emotional distress is the fight and the threat to kill you. I'm going to kill you. How does she owe you for the mattress, man?
Because she damaged my mattresses.
Explain to me.
She was mad, or whatever she was mad about. She took her anger out on me, which is, she's supposed to be taking it out on my boyfriend. But she took all her anger out on me because she just assumed that I put those holes in her wall, which is I don't. But I have from stating that.
Where was your mattress at?
It was at her house. I bought it for her baby, actually. Because she asked me to buy a mattress.
You buy it for a baby.
For her baby.
Well, then that wasn't yours. It was a gift. All right? So you get nothing. You get 0. 0, 0, 0. But a thank you. Did you tell her thank you? Tell her thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. All right, your property damage is granted. She agreed to pay for it. I saw that. $275 is your judgment, and your claim for emotional distress is dismissed. You all threatened to kill each other and kill the whole family, kill your baby and kill your grandma.
I have proof,
nothing
though,
but mess. What do you have?
I have proof that he stated he put those holes in the wall.
I know, but I have proof that you agreed to pay for it.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. School. Have a good day. Judge it for the plaintiff. Yours is dismissed.
It's going to continue to be ended.
Yes.
Distant, like we doing now.
Because I don't need to be around that kind of negative. And I'm a mother, so I don't need to be around that.
Plaintiff Nacheli Amazegas says the defendant is her father. And after her mother left the state to get away from him, he found them and got custody of Nacheli. Nacheli claims while living with her dad, he brainwashed her and would strangle and beat her if she tried to talk to her mother. And she's suing for unreturned property. Defendant Juan Amazegas says for the past 3 years, Nacheli's mother, who is with her in court today, has been trying to get custody of their children. As a result, she's filed 19 false reports against Juan for child abuse and neglect, but all of the claims have been unfounded. Juan claims he has good reasons as to why he confiscated his daughter's property.
Start with you.
My father's been a really abusive man for the past 15 years with my mom. My mom got tired of it, and she left to a domestic violence shelter.
When was that?
And like 7 years ago, when we were living in New York, he found us, and she got tired. She didn't want any communication with him, so she left the state. And he found us again, and he had gotten communication with me and my brother, and he had manipulated me and my brother and brainwashed us by saying that your mother doesn't love you, and he would buy us things that she couldn't afford. So he had gotten custody of us, and he...
How do you think that happened?
Because my mom was going from shelter to shelters, and
Right.
she wasn't stable at the time. So
How long did that go on? How long was your mom unable to care for you?
For like 6 months.
Oh, okay.
So after she lost custody of us, he had gotten custody of all 3 of us, and when we were living in the house, he turned my brother against me. I haven't talked to my brother in 5 years. Had to take care of my little sister because he was never there to take care of her. And when I tried to communicate with my mom and tell her what he's doing to me and my brother and sister, he would strangle me, he'll beat me because he didn't want me talking to my mom. And when I would try to call the cops, I couldn't do anything about it because I didn't have no proof or evidence. And
Did it have marks on you?
No, my sister did.
Okay, did the police see that?
Yes, but they said it was too late because I didn't call them when it exactly happened.
No, that doesn't sound right. That's not how police enforcement operate. What was your mom at this time? How long did she stay away from you guys?
He kept her away from us for like 3 years.
How did he keep her away?
Because he brainwashed and manipulated us, and we...
You didn't want to go live with your mom?
Yeah, he returned against my mom.
He turned you all against her?
Yes.
What was he saying?
He was saying that she doesn't love us. She left us for the new man. She can't afford taking care of you guys. She doesn't want you.
And he wouldn't let you talk with her either?
Yeah. Every time I would try to get communication with her, he wouldn't allow it.
How many times in the 3 years did you talk with her?
A lot.
You just said he wouldn't let you.
But I would do it behind his back.
Okay, so you did talk with your mom?
Yes.
Often?
Not so often.
Okay, you just told me you did.
Stay tuned. The case continues after this. And coming up on Judge Mathis.
Did you tell her that's where you were going?
Well, no, I didn't.
Well, that was your first mistake. She didn't told you. You knew what you were supposed to do.
She had other plans. She was going out of town, Your Honor. So a friend of mine, she got a brand new car and wanted me to ride to the club with her. So I rode to the club with her.
She. That was your second mistake. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Judge Greg Mack.
And he had manipulated me and my brother and brainwashed us by saying that your mother doesn't love you. And when I try to communicate with my mom and tell her what he's doing to me and my brother and sister, he would strangle me, he'll beat me because he didn't want me talking to my mom.
Defendant Juan Amazega is being sued by his daughter, who claims while living with Juan, he brainwashed her and beat her when she tried to talk to her mother.
Let me hear from you, sir.
Your Honor, the allegations that my daughter Nacheli is saying and her mom are all lies.
Why is she saying?
Because Carmen, we separated
your
2009.
wife or ex-wife?
Ex-girlfriend. We were together for 17 years. Separated. She went from shelter to shelter.
Why?
Why
didn't you give her the house? Did you all have kids?
We had 3 kids, yeah.
So why did she have to leave? Why didn't you leave?
She's the one that left. And,
why didn't you say you can just have the house? I'll leave.
She in the past she has. I come home from work and she has just disappeared.
Okay. All right. It wasn't as if you all were debating on you leave or I leave. It was she just kind of.
Yes.
All right.
So in 2009 when she left, we had a regular relationship. She was a daddy's girl. My son was a mama's boy, you know. And then ever since 2012, there was pictures that I found on an iPod of a guy licking a 20-year-old man licking chocolate off of my 14-year-old girl's stomach.
The plaintiff?
Yes.
He approved it.
And then I called the cops and he got arrested, which I have.
You say he approved it?
Yeah, my father knew about it.
Okay.
He didn't do anything.
Your father knew he did that to you?
Yes.
How did he know?
He saw it.
Okay. And you say you called the police?
Yeah, I called the police. I have the reports here.
He did do something, ma'am.
He did it when my mom got visitations for us to see her kids, that he kept us away for 3 years.
No, what you're saying doesn't make sense. You said he didn't do anything. He provided me with evidence that he did do something. He called the police on the young man and prosecuted him. I'm looking right at it. All right, so why is she saying all these things?
Because since then, when all of this, since 2009, her mom has been trying to get custody.
Why couldn't she get it?
Because she's been unstable, jumping from one shelter to another.
Trying to get away from you.
Anyway, I have multiple police reports that she's filed. I have over 19 reports. Carmen Santiago.
Saying
her mother.
What?
Saying about abuse, about no food, about everything.
From what years?
From
the time she left?
Yes, from the time she left. There's some reports. There's 2 of them in 2010, one of them 2011.
How would she know these things?
I don't know, but they're all unfounded. I've been investigated for the last 7 years that I have custody of my kids, and she continues to harass me.
And none of them have found anything?
None of them.
How many you have?
I have right here 10.
And there's not one?
Not one.
They found you culpable?
None.
Let's see them.
There were 19, but only 10 times they've come to the house. And I don't see the end when this lady's gonna leave me alone.
Why do you think she's doing it to you?
Because she wants custody of the last child we got.
Right. And you won't grant it because she's not stable.
Exactly.
And obviously the judge won't grant it because she's not stable.
Exactly.
It's not up to you. It's up to the judge. Why do you think your daughter is upset with you? Because she can't stay with her mom?
Because of the boy.
No, because he hit my sister.
Because you prosecuted the young man.
Yeah, it's highlighted there that it says that she admits that she's trying to get me in trouble because of I don't let her go out with her boyfriend.
Okay, admits she wanted her father in trouble because he had her boyfriend arrested. All right. So you think they're lying on you?
Yes, because I never said that.
You never said that?
I don't remember saying that.
Okay, you said you lie on your father to get him in trouble because he had your boyfriend arrested.
I don't remember.
So it's hard to believe anything you tell me. You lied to the police here. Your witness, you want your witness to speak? She's raising her hand.
Yes.
All right, you want to come up? State your name.
Carmen Santiago.
What do you want to tell me?
I just want to say, Your Honor, I was with Mr. Amanzega for 15 years. It's been abusive. I got reports here of being from shelter to shelter.
So why didn't you get custody of your children if he's abusive?
Oh, I have. I'm trying. It's an open case right now in court, you know.
If you've been stable and he's been abusive.
I can show you.
You can show me something where it was concluded he was abusive?
Yes, I can demonstrate.
All right, because he has 10 that says your allegations were unfounded. 10. So let's see. He says there were 19.
I can show you.
You show me some that says he was found culpable of abuse. Do you have that?
I have police report. I have.
No. Do you have anything that's? I know you got police reports. He said you filed 19 against him, 10 of which he shows me nothing was found. Do you have anything that has concluded he was abusive? Anything? One. That's a yes or a no?
I have a police report. I mean,
that found him? No, have a seat, ma'am. You told me you had something there where it concluded he was abusive. Have a seat.
Stay tuned. The verdict next. And later on Judge Mathis.
Getting something to eat don't take 9 hours. You know, you'd be like, I'm gonna call you back, I'm getting something to eat. I mean, 2-3 hours at the most, but when it's 11 o'clock at night and you don't hear from 10, 9 o'clock at night till about 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon the next day, then that leads you to think other things.
Did you think he might have come home and went to sleep?
No.
Yeah. Stalker girlfriend?
She started popping up in my job twice. She had this crazy look in her eyes.
Please tell me you didn't show up at his job.
Next, Judge Mathis.
If you're in Chicago and would like to attend a taping of the Judge Mathis Show, call us at 1-866-3-MATHIS. Defendant Juan Amanzega is being sued by his daughter, who claims while living with Juan, he brainwashed her and beat her when she tried to talk to her mother.
All right, and what are you suing your dad for?
For my personal belongings.
What happened?
He kicked me out of my house, out of his house, in January 2015, because I called the cops on him for hitting my sister. So he kicked me out and I went and lived with my mom. And when I came back to pick up my personal belongings with my friend and her boyfriend and my mom, he already had my things ready, so I took them. And when I went home and went through my things, there was a whole bunch of things missing. And he still has, I believe.
What? You have the list?
Yes.
And you have the police report? Anybody have?
I do.
Anybody have the police report?
Pictures.
I do.
About you kicking her out and hitting your other daughter? You have the police report?
That's it right there.
About this incident, young lady?
I believe so.
There's also a CPI investigation for the same date, probably January 30, because the cops came the 29th of January 2015, and then the CPI came the very next day.
She alleged that you beat her 7-year-old sister.
Yes. She
stated she gets spanked when she is bad. Asked if she gets spanked a lot, and she said no. This is police talking to your sister. All right. Your claim is dismissed. Have a good day, young lady. I hope you work things out with your dad and with your life. Have you tried to get her counseling, sir?
She's been in counseling since my ex-girlfriend left the house in 2009. They've been in children's home counseling, Suncoast counseling. But, you know, she's using this boyfriend as a fuel to fuel her anger against me. Yeah. And it's working.
So long ago.
Unfortunately, young ladies who don't have their mothers in their lives, they're a lot more vulnerable to young men. Good luck to you, young lady. I don't believe your allegations. All of the allegations you've made have been proven through documents to be untrue. Have a good day.
I know that my daughter is going to finally realize the damage that her mom is doing by giving her what she wants and not what she needs.
I wish she was just there for me.
plaintiff, Marcus Givens, dated the defendant, and he claims one night when he went to a club, the defendant suspected that he was lying about his whereabouts. As a result, Marcus claims the defendant came to his house and vandalized his vehicle, so he's suing. Defendant Ebony Miles says while dating Marcus, he was controlling, and he often kept secrets from her. Ebony admits that she thought Marcus was lying about his whereabouts on the night in question, but she insists he's suing for more than she owes.
Let's start with you.
I started dating Miss Ebony back in December 2014. We dated for about a year, and I got a nickname for us, Princess Leia, because she's like a drama queen. She's a little bit over the top. She's a...
What way?
Well, let me give you an example. I'm supposed to be going to the casino with a couple of my friends. She comes over, knocks on the door, I come out and hop in my car so I can meet up with my friends. She pulls a truck up, blocks me in, gets out like, where you going? Who you going with? What y'all gonna do? So I'm like, just let me go, I'll be back. I'm clean, I got on all my jewelry. She's like, she's got a pop in her hand. She's like, I ought to throw this pop on you. And I'm like, man, don't do that. But she's
knew
cool.
Your history.
Huh?
She knew your history.
Yeah, I ain't got no history. I ain't.
You catch him before, didn't you?
No, I ain't caught him. He ain't stupid enough.
What you going crazy on him for then?
He's a drama queen himself. He all dramatic, but Marcus kind of keeps secrets and don't tell everything. So
like what?
You got to read in between the lines.
Like what?
You can text Marcus, I'm doing nothing, then you'll worry about the house. He'll be going other places. He's always just moving around. You never really can tell where Marcus is at, He don't really let you know what he does.
You all don't live together?
No.
Is he supposed to ask you to leave?
No. He'll just be like, oh, well, I'm gonna go somewhere, and then you'd be like, okay, well, somewhere leads to being 8-9 hours. You'd be like, oh, it took you a long time.
How long do you prefer he take?
Getting something to eat don't take 9 hours. You'd be like, I'm gonna call you back. I'm getting something to eat.
Take?
I mean, 2-3 hours at the most. But when it's 11 o'clock at night and you don't hear from 10-9 o'clock at night till about 12-1 o'clock in the afternoon the next day, then that leads you to think other things.
Leads you to think he might have come home and went to sleep.
No, it leads you to think he had somebody else with him. That's why you didn't get a phone call.
Why wouldn't he have come home and go to sleep? Why wouldn't he have done that?
I don't think he did it. It was, just secretive. It's
did
just
you call him and he didn't answer?
Yeah, all the time.
No, I'm talking about this time, for example.
Yeah.
He came and went to the restaurant 10 p.m. You didn't hear from him till the next day. Did you call him that all night?
Not all night.
What time did you call?
I probably called about 1, maybe about 3.
All right. And he didn't answer?
Or text.
You don't think he could have been asleep?
No.
Why?
Marcus stays up
all night?
He's a night owl. He's up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
You don't work?
No, I work for myself.
More of Judge Mathis in a moment.
Allergy sufferers, a word to the wise. If symptoms at night ruin your next day, try new Zysol. It relieves symptoms while you sleep and keeps relieving all day. Because Zysol's as effective at hour 24 as at hour 1. So, be Wisol. Take new Zysol.
More doing chores for mom per roll? Bounty is more absorbent, so the roll can last 50% longer than the leading ordinary brand. So you get more life per roll. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Getting an online car insurance quote from my buddy the General is a slam dunk. All it takes is a couple of minutes. The monthly payments are low, and you can get immediate proof of insurance. Get your anonymous online quote with low payments and ride with the General.
Hey, Shaq, how about some help up here?
Nope, I'm retired.
For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
Constipated? Trust #1 doctor recommended Dulcolax. Use Dulcolax tablets for gentle, dependable relief, suppositories for relief in minutes, and Dulcoes for comfortable relief of hard stools. Dulcolax, designed for dependable relief.
Restlessness, extreme anxiety, pacing, a constant urge to move. If someone you know is suffering from schizophrenia, they may also be struggling with akathisia, a common side effect of some schizophrenia medications. Learn more at myakathisia.com.
Metro PCS presents the best unlimited deal in wireless. 2 lines of unlimited 4G LTE data for only $75, period. Plus 2 free 32 gig phones when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out.
Defendant Ebony Miles is being sued by her ex-boyfriend, who claims Ebony vandalized his car because she suspected he was cheating.
Do you control her like that, or attempt to control her time?
I like for her to do things that I asked her to do, but not to that
monitor her comings and goings.
No, I'm
Let me not answer the phone.
I hang out.
Let me not answer. Marcus will be at the front door knocking.
Now, that's a different story. As far as going and coming with her friends and doing what she wants to do, I mean, that's fine with me. As long as you're not lying, it's all good. But when I want to do what I want to do, it's a problem.
No bars hell.
All right. What's the car damages for?
Well, I got a 2001 Mercedes-Benz SLK 320, and
it sounds like you had one, but go ahead.
Yeah, I had one. I had one. If you like to see I like to show you the pictures. I like to present some evidence.
Is the before or after?
I got after. I have to show you on my phone the before.
Got canary yellow.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's rice and yellow, sunbeam
yellow. She jealous of you. You be out here with a canary yellow, 2-seater Mercedes.
Yes, sir.
Got your gold in your mouth. I mean, you look like money.
Well, basically, that car was the mascot for my car business. I buy and sell cars.
Okay.
And that's like the car that everybody knows. I put it together. Basically, I grew up poor, and where I come from, you ain't have money to go out and buy a brand new Mercedes-Benz. So you put it together and make it look how you want it to look.
Okay.
You do all the stuff that you wanted to do with it. So I started out with a 1974 Pontiac Granville.
How many years ago?
20.
Okay.
Now I'm buying and selling cars. That's what I do every day.
Good. All right. Good. Good to hear that. Tell me what she did, though. I mean, you showed me these pictures, but you haven't accused her of anything. This kind of could have fell off, right? Mm-hmm. Could have fell off. I see some lines and scrapes and keys.
Okay. Well, this is what happened. She called me. She called me about 12 o'clock at night. And I didn't answer because I was in the club. Well,
did you tell her that's where you were going?
Well, no, I didn't.
Well, that was your first mistake. She had told you. You knew what you were supposed to do.
She had other plans. She was going out of town, Your Honor, and she asked me to
have nothing to do with it. You call even if you're out of town, right?
That's
they have phones where you go, right?
iPhones especially.
Thank you.
So a friend of mine, she got a brand new car and wanted me to ride to the club with her. So I rode to the club with her.
She.
That
was your second mistake. Go ahead.
So when I tell her that I'm at the club called Old School, she like, well, I'm gonna come by and have a drink. Well, I'm like, you can't come by because you're not old enough. That's why it's called Old School. You gotta be over 35 to get in.
I've been to a club. It's a day club where in Detroit I went to a day club. I'd never seen anything like it. At 2 p.m. went in and they were throwing down.
They're bringing it back.
Dancing, club outfit, drinking, strobe light, the whole thing. And sure enough, it was a lot of retirees. That's who most of the attendees were, retirees who had during the daytimes, and they were throwing down. All right, so she couldn't get in, or so you say. And you got her believing that, and so what happened?
Well, when I got home, I noticed something was wrong with the mirror on my Chrysler 300. And I ain't think nothing else about it. She sent me a text message saying that her insurance company was going to take care of any damages. So I was kind of feeling myself. I was a little under the influence. I laid down. And when I woke up in the morning, I came outside and my guy was like, yo, you see your car? I'm like, what do you mean? What's up? He's like, man, somebody keyed and kicked your car, pulled the mirror off of it. I'm like, yeah, right. So when I get down there, I see my car, I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm like, man. So when I go off and start looking at the damage in my car, I knew that she did it because she sent me a text message. These
are the pictures.
Prior to night.
We'll be right back. And on the next Judge Mathis.
Stalker girlfriend? She started popping up in my job twice. She had this crazy look in her eyes.
Please tell me you didn't show up at his job.
Next Judge Mathis.
Me that upset and doing that to your car. I will pay for it all. And I've given you my insurance info in case you want to go that way. That's fine, but I'm sorry for my actions. Okay, that's fine. I'll pay. What's your defense today?
I think it don't cost $3,000 to get it fixed. It's a scratch in the mirror. It's not that superficial work. He talk about $3,000 for a whole new paint job. I ain't scratched the whole car.
How much of the car did you scratch?
Just the panel of the door. The door? Passenger door.
Mm-hmm. And the mirror?
And the passenger mirror.
Oh, what type of car do you have?
I have a 2003 Expedition.
You ever been scratched and the mirror kicked off?
Nope.
All right, when you get one, and that happens, you'll know that it costs nearly $3,000, particularly if it's a canary yellow, which is a special paint job.
Yes, sir.
And it will probably be extremely difficult to match, so he is likely to need an entire paint job.
Yes,
but
sir.
if he didn't, and I see a panel, did she kick the panel also?
Yes. Yeah.
You kicked the panel also? That's definitely $3,000, man. Judgment for the plaintiff, $2,880. Have a good day.
All right, so we cool now? Huh? We cool? Well, we good? I'm cool. I'm straight. My car fixed. Look, as soon as I get out shop, we're gonna go ride. We're gonna take it down to Virginia Beach. For real, it's right down Virginia Beach.
We'll have a relationship.
Well, hopefully we can work it out and move forward. I like to still be friends. I love her to death. I care about her. And I hope that we can just move forward from this and, you know, just do positive things from now on.
You're watching WHVL State College, the center of it all.
His girlfriend's 25 and Mr. Tillman is 53. He's obsessed with teenagers. This girl is slashing my tires and you sleep with her every night. That's a problem.
She probably can't talk like that to you outside the courtroom. Anything else you want to tell him?
Real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff George Tillman Jr. dated the defendant for 17 years, and he admits that during that time he cheated and had a baby with another woman. George claims he and the defendant broke up 8 years ago, but she is still obsessed with him. George is suing because he claims the defendant had her friends steal his car, and now she refuses to return it. Defendant Tamara Moore says she is not obsessed with George. She simply wanted to work on their relationship for the sake of their 5 children. Tamara claims George is a narcissist who now has women slashing her tires, and she denies owing him for anything.
Start with you.
Me and Miss Moore, I've known her for 17 years. We have 5 beautiful kids together. During that time, I did have a child with another woman, something I'm not very proud of. I just wasn't happy with the relationship,
Whatever. You just cheating, period. You wanted to cheat, and you saw that woman, you liked that woman, and you wanted to get with that woman. You got with that woman. Me and to find any excuse. She didn't tie your shoes.
And you know, we broke up in 2008, and you know, ever since then we've had a good co-parenting relationship with our kids.
Yeah.
But Miss Moore seems to be still obsessed with being with me and being in a relationship with me, and it's been a roller coaster ever since.
Who wouldn't? You're a sex symbol. Who doesn't want you? By a show of hands, ladies, who wants him? You done fell off recently, Doc. You done fell off. Let me hear some background from you, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor. Like Mr. Tillman said, we knew each other for 17 years. We do have 5 children together. When I did meet Mr. Tillman, he was in a relationship with a younger woman, like around 18, 19 years old.
How old was he?
39. I knew he was in a relationship, and yes, it probably was a mistake going into the relationship. I understand that, but I pursued it, and I've been there for Mr. Tillman. I've been there for 17 years for Mr. Tillman. I wouldn't think that it's an obsession. I just think that I'm just like maybe that woman that wanted to try to fix.
I got a whole lot of text messages.
Go ahead.
Show her.
I'm just that woman that wanted to try to fix the relationship. We have 5 children.
Right. I didn't want to fix the relationship.
Mr. Tillman, his girlfriend, which is 25, and Mr. Tillman is 53. He's obsessed with teenagers. If I'm obsessed with him.
Your Honor, I can differ. I mean, you can look at these text messages. They're clearly, you know, she's saying she want to be with me. She don't want to, you know, see me go away. She don't want.
Okay. Oh, so what? I wanted to be with you. That's not being obsessed. That's not obsessed.
I'm going to leave the state.
I just said I wanted to be with you. That's not being obsessed.
Like, I take care of my kids. I do everything I do to take care of my kids. Whatever she needs, I give it to her. Her personal feelings about me seeing other women has nothing to do with the way I take care of my kids.
Yeah, but my personal feelings about your women slashing my tires that the kids go to school, that's a problem. That's a problem when you put that type of woman on a pedestal. That's a problem. Yes, it is. That's a problem for me. This girl is 25 years old. You 53. She's slashing my tires, and you sleep with her every night. That's a problem. That's the truck that I bring my children to school in every day. So yes, that's a problem.
That's the truck that I also purchased. That's the truck.
No, I purchased that truck. Okay. You helped with the finance. You helped with fixing the truck. You didn't purchase. I put cash. I paid for that cash. That truck cash.
All right.
You just helped me maintenance it.
Okay.
There's a difference.
I give you $750 and I'm just helping you to fix the truck, right?
You helped me maintenance. I didn't steal anything. By the state of New Jersey, that car was in my name. It was registered in my name, and it was insured. So what? I didn't pay for it. Right. By the state of New Jersey, if a vehicle is in someone's name, they are the owner. Not only that, I didn't have to steal anything. I have a key.
I let you have the key. I let you have the key. Just like I had the key to your vehicle. Just like I have the key to your apartment. Yes,
I was letting her get it out because she probably can't talk like that to you outside.
No, she can't.
Courtroom.
No, he's a manipulator.
Let her go ahead and say whatever she wants. Ain't nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. Anything else you want to tell him?
Yes, he's a manipulator. He's not. He doesn't. He's a narcissist. That's what you call him? He lives in a world where he's always right and he's never wrong, and he doesn't want to take fault.
I mean,
that has nothing. I'm not even talking about that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Your everyday life you think is right.
Okay, yeah, it's my life. It's not yours. As long as I take care of my kids, that's the only thing that matters.
Don't you talk back. You just keep
Don't go away. There's more Judge Mathis after this.
And all this in 6 months?
Correct.
She turned them into thieves and dope heads in 6 months.
I'm going over here.
Yeah, she got some influence, that's for sure. Her influence goes beyond him if that's the case.
And still to come.
It's more put the vehicle in her name because
you're lying. You had a car before this car, and you and your girlfriend got in an argument, and you bashed the windows, you put sugar in the tank, and you did all of that. So that car was in her name.
I don't have no problem. You have the problem with her.
Of course you don't have a problem with her. You don't have no problem with anything.
All right, I'll let you do as much as I'm going to let you now. That's enough. I grew up in Detroit. and I'm proud of where I come from. It's a tough city, but there's a lot of love here. And I carry that tough love with me as a judge. And I still keep it real, hearing real cases with real people from my courtroom in Chicago. I'm Judge Mathis.
No, she saw my girlfriend driving the car the day before. And she got upset.
You left that part out.
Well, I didn't think it would matter that my car and who I let.
A few times. It wasn't the day before. It was a few times. And it was weeks prior to this incident. And reports from the police station that you went with me to go prosecute her?
No, I didn't.
But no. So the girl doesn't like me. The girl has a problem with me because he spent the night at my house when they were arguing, when they had an issue with the car that he had that was in her name. I never begged him to put that BMW in my name. He asked me, and I said, okay, that's fine, because the truck was down at the time, and the kids needed to go back and forth to school. So I said, that's fine. There's a vehicle that needs to be needed.
She had a right to be upset or concerned if she saw the other woman driving the car. Why? Because it was in her name. She could be liable for what the other young lady did with the car. Now, ma'am, unfortunately, you do have a contract. That is his car. The contract was he bought it, he paid for it. You allowed him to put it in your name.
More of Judge Mathis in a moment.
Were you laid off frequently? Well,
I'm not working
you
now.
keep shaking your head for? You ain't been around but 6 months. Go ahead. You don't know what they did.
Yeah, I was
over there.
And later.
She became controlling. She had a problem with a friend of mine, which was my sugar daddy.
Sugar daddies get a little sugar too. Now, I don't know who you feel. Go ahead.
But she knows about that because she also wanted to listen to it.
I don't know what that is, but let's move along.
She wanted to listen.
I don't know what you're about to say.
Okay.
He twisted you around like you have never been twisted. You are embarrassing. Taking advantage of a 20-year-old girl. Don't come in acting pitiful. Be a man.
Next, Judge Mathis.
Are you furious with a friend or family member who owes you money or has wronged you? If you're currently suing or thinking about filing a lawsuit, call 1-888-VERDICT or visit us online at judgemathisTV.com.
She could have taken the car back from you anytime.
No, she saw my girlfriend driving the car the day before. And she got upset.
You left that part out.
Well, I didn't think who I let drive my car would matter.
It wouldn't have if you'd have had that person put the car in their name.
Hello.
Plaintiff George Tillman Jr. is suing his ex-girlfriend, who claims George cheated on her and had a baby with another woman.
Where's the car now?
In my parking lot.
And you want to give it back or you want to pay him?
You want to give me child support or not?
He doesn't pay child support?
No, he does not, Your Honor.
I don't have to pay child. I've been taking care of my kids.
He owes at least an assessment by the court. So the court will determine, based on his income, how much he would owe, and then they will take into consideration what you've paid. You say you take care of your children, tell it to the judge. She's going to tell the judge, you ain't gave me a dime. I don't know nothing about it. That's why men like you and others who think that they should just throw the woman a few dollars.
A few dollars, Your Honor, I throw a lot of money.
All right, well, throw a lot of money. If you haven't gone through the court and the court knows anything about it, have you?
We don't need that relationship.
Oh, yes, you do.
She has been taken care of.
Oh,
the kids,
no,
they get
sir.
their clothes.
She has custody. All right, keep thinking that. All right,
they get
tell
everything.
the next judge that.
Okay.
You go to court. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
Same as it ever was.
No. With Mr. Tillman can't respect me as his children's mother, and he knows what respect means, there will not be a relationship. And Mr. Tillman will tell you himself, he don't care. So that's it.
plaintiff, Tammy Mathis, is married to the defendant, but she claims their marriage ended after he started having an affair with his current girlfriend. The co-defendant, Tammy, claims once the defendant got with his girlfriend, he started using meth, and she's suing both of them today for unpaid loans. Defendants Paul Mathis and his girlfriend Rhonda McCool say Paul was married to Tammy for 18 years, but they hadn't slept in the same bed in 15 years. Rhonda claims Tammy has been harassing her, so they're countersuing for emotional distress and defamation.
Start with you.
All right, Your Honor. Paul Mathis is my husband. We've been together 18 years. Rhonda McCool is his girlfriend. She's been with him for approximately, I believe, 6 months. Paul has started doing drugs within the last year.
Think she has something to do with it?
She smokes marijuana.
What type of drugs does he use?
Meth.
Big difference.
Rhonda is one of the reasons why we're getting a divorce. We have 2 girls together, 14 and 17.
How does she engage them? How?
My youngest, 14, she has smoked marijuana with Rhonda.
Her kids love me, and there's no proof to that.
Go ahead.
My 17-year-old, she took to a store with her and shoplifted with her.
How did you find that out?
My daughter.
The daughter?
Yes.
And all this in 6 months?
Correct.
She turned them into thieves and dope heads in 6 months.
I'm going over here.
Yeah, she got some influence, that's for sure. Her influence goes beyond him if that's the case.
I do know that she does not have her own children.
Your Honor, I do.
I don't believe all this. Let me hear from you.
I do have my own kids. My son right now, before her, he was in trouble, but right now he's in prison because of her.
How is she sitting in
Because they were staying at the hotel room with us. We were staying in a hotel room. We rented a room next to us for them. It was her 2 daughters, his son, and my son in the room. She got a hold of the police and told them there were drugs in the room, which we had no idea there was.
Were there?
I guess there was. I was at work when this happened, but she told the cops, I will give you the drugs and her son if you do not arrest my kids. Now, my son's in prison for 3 years because of it.
And they found enough evidence to believe
Yes, they did. They did.
So she didn't do anything wrong but report a criminal.
But I have the proof right here.
On behalf of the United States government, right?
Correct.
You're being a good citizen.
If she was doing that to be a good citizen, I would understand that. But I have the proof right here and messages she sent me that the only reason she's messing with my kids is to hurt me. I have proof of that. I have proof that she's going through my 14 and 16-year-old daughter and she'll do whatever it takes to them.
I assume that's your emotional distress claim,
sir.
but before you demonstrate your distress,
Against her, protecting my children. They cannot be around her.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because
she's a violence. She's a threat to
Because she's into drugs. They have no place to live. They bounce from motel to motel.
No, that's not true.
Why?
Because she used my son doing drugs in order to get the protective order, but she takes her daughter every day to visit my son in jail. She pays for his phone calls. She puts money on his books.
They're 14 and 17.
Okay.
And the main thing for her
That's
getting
enough, ma'am. All right, I'm looking at the order. Wherever she did it, she got it. Your son is in prison. He was convicted.
Your Honor, he's not in prison. He's in the
She said he was.
Yeah, he's in
no,
the
we're not
county
debating
jail.
her son. Do you want your money or you want to talk about her son
No, I
and
don't.
her talk about your kids? They're somewhere smoking weed and getting high, and y'all in here fussing about them.
Stay tuned. The case continues after this and later on Judge Mathis.
This young lady that I brought over, because we still was staying there together.
You call yourselves broken up?
Right.
We only broke up for, what, an hour?
That's not true, Your Honor.
That is very true. An hour. And she brought somebody within the hour.
It was like 4 hours.
Oh,
Not that long.
It was like 4 hours.
Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Judge Greg Mathis.
Paul Mathis is my husband. We've been together 18 years. Rhonda McCool is his girlfriend. Paul has started doing drugs.
Think she has something to do with it?
She smokes marijuana.
What type of drugs does he use?
Meth.
Big difference.
Rhonda is one of the reasons why we're getting a divorce.
plaintiff, Tammy Mathis, is legally married to the defendant, but she claims their marriage ended after he started having an affair with his current girlfriend, the co-defendant.
Sir, do you want to speak?
At some point, yeah, here's how it worked. We've been married 18 years. 15 of it, we ain't slept in the same bed.
That's a lie.
The drugs and stuff is stuff she makes up, and it's totally false. And as far as getting with her, well, obviously I did. So, and she's just mad about that.
Okay.
So,
what happened with you and your wife's relationship?
She's a mean, hateful person.
Okay, used to fuss all the time?
Yeah. And
about what?
You know, it doesn't matter what. It's just anything she could.
Ma'am?
And there's no.
What were you?
I fuss.
Why?
I want a nice home. I wanted nice furniture. I didn't want our cars to get repoed all the time because he wouldn't work. Yeah, I fussed.
You wouldn't work?
Yeah, I've worked constantly. You're so. Oh.
Were you laid off frequently?
No, the only reason I'm not working
you
now.
You keep shaking your head for? You ain't been around but 6 months. Go ahead. You don't know what they did. She over there. What they did. Go ahead, sir.
I was working, except for she was calling my employer and the people I work with, telling them I was on drugs and all that crap.
Did you do that?
I talked to them. They were my friends.
Why?
Because they're my friends.
The people he worked for?
They're not your friends.
Didn't you think that would cause him problems? You tell your friends everything about you all's marriage? I hope my wife ain't telling you everything I do wrong.
Right. This is how this worked. Last September, he took a chainsaw from his job. He pawned it. Well, the detectives, he had me go get it out. The detectives met me up there, was going to arrest me for it.
All right.
That belonged to his boss. He was taken in. They let him come home. His boss at the time said he wouldn't press charges.
Because he owed.
All right, you're giving your husband a little tough love to try and get him off drugs. Is that the essence of what you're saying?
Yeah, he needs. Yeah, he needs.
All right.
She didn't mind riding with me up there to pawn it, so.
I had no other where to go.
You had to keep the lights on, sir.
Well, that's why I pawned it. He owed me the money, and then that's why it all got worked out. No child.
All right, you all don't think you can reconcile, or
no?
No.
But I will say this, Your Honor.
Why? If he went to rehab, why couldn't you?
We probably could. He did call me at 1:36.
You could if he went to rehab?
He called me at 1:36 last night.
He was getting high, ma'am. That's what happens when you get high.
Wanting
You're
a
up
place
all
to
night.
stay.
Did he ask for $20?
No, he wanted a place to stay.
Same thing. That's not $20 a place to stay. That's even more.
But anyway, I'm not on drugs. She just, it's.
All right. Well, is there any circumstance you go back to your
her?
wife?
No.
You're slow about answering because you got her with you.
No,
y'all talk about it another time, sir.
Your Honor, I also have this.
What's the loan
police report? Police report on her. Or not the report, but her mugshot where they were just busted.
You all to leave each other alone.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you, that's what is going on with my children.
All right.
Now,
and ma'am, this does say possession of meth.
Your Honor, those were dropped. Those are not charged against me. The DA did not press charges because I drug tested and I was clean. That's why there are no charges currently filed against me right now.
All right, ma'am. I hear you talking so fast over there.
No, they didn't formally charge.
She was arrested.
Yeah, I was arrested, but I wasn't charged.
All right, and it wasn't their imagination. Let's get to the loans you're suing for, ma'am.
Okay. In February of this year, he needed $1,000. They had purchased a truck together, and the tag was due.
After he had run off?
Yes, sir.
$1,000.
And you knew he was on meth? Or so you say?
Yes.
You gave him some more money for that?
Yes.
After he smoked up the first,
yes.
You gave him some more?
Yes.
Go ahead. Sir?
The $1,000 come from my inheritance of $20,000 that she kept and would not give me. And that's where that $1,000 came from, and then the other loan she got came from.
First thing, ma'am, you should know you all are still married, so you can't sue your husband in civil court. So this is joint assets, with the exception of inheritance.
He signed the check, inheritance check, to me to open a bank account in my name only.
You sound like you're suing him for assets that came from his inheritance.
He told me when the money was put in the account, he says, give me $50,000 in a matter of 2 days. He wanted it. You can have the rest that's in there. It was $15,900.
Okay. You all have anything?
I didn't agree
Let
to
me
give
see
her
the
nothing.
checks or whatever you have in writing.
I have a promissory note for the title loan that I got
title
in
loan?
May.
Oh, the one? All right,
one
let's
in
see
May,
it.
and the
so
promissory note's
you
behind
wrote out a promissory note to your own husband?
I had him sign it, yes, because the situation was I was getting the title loan. When the title came in on his truck, their truck, they were to have it put in my name and Paul's name.
Stay tuned. The verdict next. And coming up on Judge Mathis.
When the police came, they didn't ask you to leave?
No.
Right. Because we both on the lease.
We both on the lease, so
Yeah, but there's a cool out. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So people got guns drawn, they fighting, and they shoot at each other, and by the time the police get there, well, you're both on the lease, so there's nothing we can do.
Right.
He twisted you around like you have never been twisted. You are embarrassing. Taking advantage of a 20-year-old girl. Don't come in acting pitiful. Be a man.
Next, Judge Mathis.
Plaintiff Tammy Matthews is legally married to the defendant, but she claims their marriage ended after he started having an affair with his current girlfriend, the co-defendant.
Husband and wife can't sue each other, but Miss McCool?
Yes.
You're a party to this.
I didn't sign anything.
No, you're a counterclaim. Your name is in here.
Oh, yes.
Your name is in here. Before you start talking so fast,
Sorry.
Let me explain the law. It says Tammy Matthews against defendant number 1, Paul Matthews. Defendant number 2, Rhonda McCool. You know when you have defendant 1 and defendant 2, that means you're joint parties. You're together. And joint parties, you can either sue and win a judgment against one or both. We know she can't win against him because they're married. You put your name on here. Take responsibility. Now, what is your counterclaim?
It is harassment for posting all this stuff on Facebook, getting a hold of my brother.
Tell me. Don't hand me 30 pages.
Getting a hold of my sisters and harassing me.
I know you're
going
talking
through my
fast
kids.
and you're doing all that, but you read what it is she did to you to prove your case. And read slow. No reading. Your claim is dismissed. Judgment for the plaintiff against defendant 2. Have a good day.
I ain't got nothing to say to her.
You didn't say that last night at 1:30 when you needed a place to stay when y'all
The
were
only
fighting?
reason he called you is because we were fighting. He
And I
wants
was gonna
nothing
go
to do
to the
with it.
airport
You're
when
a
I was
loser.
gonna do it.
You are a loser. You're a loser. You keep going back
you
to
have
him.
no children.
You are a
Your
loser.
teeth are gonna fall out.
You
Your false
degrade
teeth and-
yourself. Keep going back to him, whether he calls you or not. You're the one that keeps
go.
going back to him.
Plaintiff Ernestine Purnell says she and the defendant fell for each other fast, and within a month they moved in together. However, within that same month, they also broke up, and Ernestine's suing her because she damaged Ernestine's property after she brought another woman home. Defendant Jamie Hall says after she started dating Ernestine, she became jealous and controlling, and she had a big problem with Jamie's sugar daddy. Jamie claims her security deposit should cover any damages she caused, so she refuses to pay Ernestine another dime.
Start with you.
Well, I met Jamie at an LGBT event. It's called Detroit Coolest Feminist Studs.
What?
Detroit Coolest Feminist Studs. It's a barbecue they was having.
In Detroit?
Yes, sir.
Well, go ahead. And, you know, I like all things Detroit. So when you mention Detroit, you got to talk about it a little. And this is 36th District Court where I was a judge.
Okay.
All right. So you all met at a barbecue.
Yeah. We hit it off. You know, it was flames. It was hot. You know, she's a hot female. So it was like we dated.
Was it hot for you too?
Yes.
All right. Because sometimes it can be just one-sided.
You're not talking about the grill then.
No, it's not the grill. Go ahead.
Everything moved fast. Within a month, her and I moved in together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And also within that same month, her and I broke up.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What was it like that month you all were together? Other than hot and heavy.
It was ups and downs. I mean, we didn't agree on a lot of things, and
because you didn't know each other,
right? Jamie, you know, she had little things she go through.
Look like she about to go through something now. Calm down. Hold on now. Let me get some background from you.
Okay. Yeah, we met or whatever, and it was good. I fell for those eyes of hers. And it's just, she became controlling. She had a problem with a friend of mine, which was my sugar daddy. She didn't have a problem with him at first, before we got into a relationship, but it seemed like she just came more and more.
You told her you dated men?
Well, she did not know that I had a friend, but she found out about it before we even got in a relationship. So it's not like I'm with him, but he just takes care of me when my money is.
Sugar daddy's got a little sugar too. Now I don't know who you feel. Go ahead.
But she knows about that because she also wanted to listen to it.
I don't know what that is, but let's move along.
She wanted to listen.
I don't know what you're about to say.
Okay.
So whatever. Go ahead.
So one incident, we had got into it, and she brought a female to the house. So that's when I got a little upset, and I tore down 2 doors, and I busted.
She's suing you for property damages. Let me allow her to tell me what happened.
More of Judge Mathis when we return. Defendant Jamie Hall is being sued by her ex-girlfriend, who claims Jamie destroyed her property in a jealous rage.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, the incident, we had broke up, and Jamie said we can have friends over. She said we're gonna be roommates because we both on the lease. Okay. I thought she was being for real about it because we had this conversation before. She was so against it. So I brought a friend over.
Was she bringing her sugar daddy over?
No, at the time, when she said that I knew the sugar daddy, that's a story. How I found out about him, that she was doing something with him through text message, I approached her with it. She tried to lie about it. I'm holding it in my hand. She tried to lie. She started crying. Then she admitted. She said that, you know, he do things for her. She gets money. So this young lady that I brought over, because we still was staying there together.
You call yourselves broken up?
Right.
We only broke up for, what, an hour?
That's not true, Your Honor.
That is very true. An hour, and she brought somebody within the hour.
It was like 4 hours.
Oh, no.
Not that long.
It was like 4 hours.
So tell me exactly what happened when that person, did you introduce them and say, this is a friend?
You couldn't bring anyone to the house with Jamie unless it was just your relatives. If she didn't know him, she wouldn't have that. She said this, if you see someone, see them at their place. Don't bring them to the house.
As in someone you're dating?
Right.
Or cheating with?
Right.
What do you think you're supposed to do?
The same thing, but this young lady I wasn't cheating with. I've known her for like 8 years.
All right, see? Did you say, hey, this is a friend?
No, I didn't get a chance. Jamie would sleep on the couch. When I brought her in, I was going to introduce her. Jamie was laying there, but Jamie, when we was walking past, the dog was barking and everything. Jamie got up. I seen that look in her face.
The dog knew what time it was.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
So you was going. The dog was barking.
Yes, he was barking.
She was awakened by the dog.
I asked Jamie, we have some cards, playing cards. She said no. I was like, all right. So she had this evil look, you know. So I'm like, okay, well. I told the young lady, let's go.
You didn't introduce her?
No.
That would have been the right thing to do. Respectful thing to do.
Could have been, but I didn't do it.
Okay.
I didn't do it. So we went upstairs, and I heard a boom, boom, boom. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, dang, what's that? And the young lady was like, I don't know. Boom, boom. I said, well, maybe Jamie want to say something to me. So I go downstairs. I go into the bedroom. The door of the bedroom was on the floor. Jamie was in the closet like throwing everything in the basket. So I walk over and I said, Jamie, are you okay? She's like, yeah, she's sweating and everything. I'm like, so are you moving or you leaving? She said, yes, no, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I left her be because I ain't never seen her destroy a door before. So I let her be. And I
left out.
Yeah, I left out the bedroom.
Good.
I went back upstairs.
The house. You didn't leave the house?
No, I had to go get the young lady first. We was getting ready to leave. When I went back upstairs and I was like, to the young lady, I think we should go. Boom, boom, boom. Another boom, boom, boom. Go downstairs. It's the bathroom door this time. So she was mad. She went slamming open the front door and all that. I guess the neighbors or something from all the commotion called the police.
Good.
Police came. They made fun of it or whatever. And they said, as long as she ain't touching you, it's okay, but this is a civil case. That's what they said.
They didn't ask either of you to leave, her in particular?
No, she
was cooling off period?
No, I don't think so.
Huh?
I packed all my stuff in the car. I was leaving anyway.
When the police came, you were gone?
No, I was there.
But when they came, they didn't ask you to leave?
No.
Right. Because we both on the lease.
We both on the lease, so
but there's a cool out. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So people got guns drawn, they fighting and they shoot at each other, and by the time the police come, they got their big guns right in front of them, or the shotguns in their arms. Police get there, well, you're both on the lease, so there's nothing we can do.
Right.
Go ahead. That was bad policing.
Yes.
But go ahead. You all, thank God, didn't kill each other. What happened after that?
When she heard that, the police saying that and laughing and all that, she got on her phone and she all on her phone like, oh, I'm about to tear some more S up. I'm about to tear some more S up. So she slamming, trying to break down the hallway door. That didn't work. She goes to the front door again, slamming open that, dent that doorknob and all. Then the piece of the bathroom door, she threw it. It busted the front window. I called the police. Second time they came. Different officers. They talked to us. We was outside because I was getting ready to take the young lady home. Jamie had her stuff in her car. She's packing her stuff. So they came. He talked to me. The other officer was talking to her, and he also said, "Dude, you want me to, she can go to jail?" And I said, "No, I just want her to stop because we both live here, and to me, because you leaving, you trying to get me thrown out."
That's good policing. Now we're talking good policing.
We'll be right back. And on the next Judge Mathis.
He twisted you around like you have never been twisted. You are embarrassing. Taking advantage of a 20-year-old girl. Don't come in acting pitiful. Be a man.
Next Judge Mathis.
Defendant Jamie Hall is being sued by her ex-girlfriend, who claims Jamie destroyed her property in a jealous rage.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, the incident, we had broke up. And Jamie said we can have friends over. She said we're going to be roommates because we both on the lease. Okay. I thought she was being for real about it because we had this conversation before. She was so against it. So I brought a friend over.
Was she bringing her sugar daddy over?
No, at the time, when she said that I knew the sugar daddy, that's a story. How I found out about him, that she was doing something with him through text message, I approached her with it. She tried to lie about it. I'm holding it in my hand. She tried to lie. She started crying. Then she admitted. She said that, he do things for her. She gets money. So this young lady that I brought over, because we still was staying there together.
And you call yourselves broken up?
Right.
We only broke up for, an hour?
That's not true, Your Honor.
That is very true. An hour. True. And she brought somebody within the hour.
It was like 4 hours.
Oh, no.
Not that long.
It was like 4 hours.
So tell me exactly what happened when that person, did you introduce them and say, this is a friend?
You couldn't bring anyone to the house with Jamie unless it was just your relatives. If she didn't know him, she wouldn't have that. She said this, if you see someone, see them at their place. Don't bring them to the house.
As in someone you're dating?
Right.
Or cheating with?
Right.
No. What do you think you're supposed to do?
The same thing, but this young lady I wasn't cheating with. I known her for like 8 years.
All right, see? Did you say, hey, this is a friend?
No, I didn't get a chance. Jamie would sleep on the couch. When I brought her in, I was going to introduce her. Jamie was laying there, but Jamie, when we was walking past, the dog was barking and everything. Jamie got up. I seen that look in her face.
The dog knew what time it was.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
So you was going. The dog was barking.
Yes, he was barking.
She was awakened by the dog.
I asked Jamie, we have some cards, playing cards. She said no. I was like, all right. So she had this evil look, You know, so I'm like, okay, well, I told the young lady, let's go.
You didn't introduce her?
No.
That would have been the right thing to do. Respectful thing to do.
Could have been, but I didn't do it.
Okay.
I didn't do it. So we went upstairs, and I heard a boom, boom, boom. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, dang, what's that? And the young lady was like, I don't know. Boom, boom, boom. I said, well, maybe Jamie want to say something to me. So I go downstairs. I go into the bedroom. The door of the bedroom was on the floor. Jamie was in the closet, like, throwing everything in the basket. So I walk over, and I said, Jamie, are you okay? She's like, yeah, she's sweating and everything. I'm like, so are you moving or you leaving? She said, yes, no, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I left her be because I ain't never seen her destroy a door before. So I let her be. And I
left out?
Yeah, I left out the bedroom.
Good.
I went back upstairs.
The house. You didn't leave the house?
No, I had to go get the young lady first. We was getting ready to leave. When I went back upstairs and I was like, you know, to the young lady, I think we should go. Boom, boom, boom. Another boom, boom, boom. Go downstairs. It's the bathroom door this time. So she was mad. She went slamming open the front door and all that. I guess the neighbors or something from all the commotion called the police.
Good.
Police came. They made fun of it or whatever. And they said, as long as she ain't touching you, it's okay, but this is a civil case. That's what they said.
They didn't ask either of you to leave, her in particular?
No, she
was cooling off period?
No, I don't think so.
Huh?
I packed all my stuff in the car. I was leaving anyway.
When the police came, you were gone?
No, I was there.
But when they came, they didn't ask you to leave?
No.
Right. We both on the lease.
We both on the lease. So
yeah, but there's a cool out. Oh, okay. Yeah. So people got guns drawn, they fighting, and they shoot at each other. And by the time the police come, they got their big guns right in front of them, or the shotguns in their arm. Police get there. Well, you're both on the lease, so there's nothing we can do.
Right.
Go ahead. That was bad policing.
Yes.
But go ahead. You all, thank God, didn't kill each other. What happened after that?
When she heard that, the police saying that and laughing and all that, she got on her phone and she all on her phone like, oh, I'm about to tear some more S up. So she slamming, trying to break down the hallway door. That didn't work. She goes to the front door again, slamming open that, dent that doorknob and all. Then the piece of the bathroom door, she threw it. It busted the front window. I called the police. Second time they came. Different officers. They talked to us. We was outside because I was getting ready to take the young lady home. Jamie had her stuff in her car. She's packing her stuff. So they came. He talked to me. The other officer was talking to her, and he also said, "Dude, you want me to, she can go to jail?" And I said, "No, I just want her to stop because we both live here, and to me, because you leaving, you trying to get me thrown out."
That's good policing. Now we're talking good policing.
We'll be right back. And on the next Judge Mathis.
Steve twisted you around like you have never been twisted. You are embarrassing. Taking advantage of a 20-year-old girl. Don't come in acting pitiful. Be a man.
Next Judge Mathis.